Hello, my name's Jonathan Porterfield of Eco Cars. Short video clip now of our Vauxhall Zafira. It's the design spec, and obviously it's dual fuel, factory fitted, from new this one. Registered 30th of July 2004 on an 04 plate, and it's in a very nice metallic black, and it really is in very good condition. Direct from the leasing company, Hitachi. And being the design spec, you do get some roof rails as well, which rather sets off, I think, Zafiras rather nicely. There's the factory fitted filler for the LPG, and also the dual fuel badging from Vauxhall as well. Now, it's exactly the same. You don't lose the ability of using the rear two seats that pop up, making it a proper 7-seater with the rear seat belts as well. So the LPG tank is actually underneath the car where the spare wheel would have gone. Now, instead of a spare, Vauxhall do rather neatly fit an electric tyre pump. Obviously there's some instructions for this, but basically you connect that up to a flat tyre and some sealant as well, and obviously increase the tyre pressure by using this rather neat pump. So that's that. There's a rear parcel shelf which obviously comes out, and the two rear seats also move forward, which I'll show you in a moment. So we're just looking in the rear of this Zafira. Get manual windows in the rear. There is remote central locking with the deadlock facility as well. We get some rather nice sort of mat pockets in the rear of the front seats. There's 3 rear inertia seat belts for the rear passengers, and the centre armrest, I'll just show you, rather novelly comes down and turns into an armrest. There's a big cubby hole there as well. It's extremely versatile, these cars, great for families because you can do so much with them. This rear seat folds up and then the whole seat moves forward, and it turns the rear of the Zafira into like a giant van really, and the rear seats can be moved up as well. I'll show you in the front. Now we get one-shot front electric windows, electrically heated, not electrically operated wing mirrors, and like I said, remote central locking. There's remote locking obviously off the key. There's a spare key as well, which also has a remote, which is quite rare because usually the spare key is just a blank. But 2 remote keys. Next to just the height of the driver's seat. And although it's covered 54,000 miles, it really is in very good condition. I think it must have had some mats in at some point, because the plastic matting there looks virtually as new. There are no rips or tears to any of the door cards or the upholstery. It really is in a very good condition. So we get a single shot CD player with the normal radio controls. These can also be controlled from the steering wheel as well as the volume, change the CD tracks or the stations. So it's very useful having the steering wheel controls for the sound system. Hazard warning switch, normal heating controls, heated rear screen which heats the 2 wing mirrors as well, air conditioning and recirculate. A small ashtray, but I do believe, I don't think anyone has ever smoked in this car. Looks unused, cigarette lighter, which is nice. The car doesn't smell smoky at all. A couple of cup holders, 5-speed manual gearbox as well, and we have a front passenger airbag as well as obviously the driver's airbag in the steering wheel. The manual for the car is here, the manual on the radio and also the rest of the car. And I'll show you the documents. Here we have the registration document here. Now it was leased by Hitachi Capital Vehicle Solutions, who we buy a lot of vehicles off. There was no previous keeper, and being the factory fitted one, it has come from day one as an alternative fuel car and listed with DVLA as a gas biofuel. So we guarantee this also qualifies for congestion charge exemption as well, and we'll fill all those forms in for you. The current MOT expires July the 30th 2009, but the car will be serviced and we'll put a fresh MOT, so we'll have 12 months MOT in the car. There's also the previous MOTs as well, which just sort of back up the mileage, which is good. Now, as regards service history, there's no service book, but there is a service printout. Now, the service book may appear, but we have a print from Hitachi regarding this vehicle, and it gives all the service intervals which are listed on the website. And basically it's every year or every 20,000 miles. So it's serviced at 16, 31, 39, when I assume the cam belt has been changed, but we'll check that out. And serviced again at 48, and it's now reading 54,000 miles, but we'll have the car serviced before it's sold. It's had new brake discs, which is common for most Vauxhalls at around 50,000 miles. It's had new brake discs at 48. So there's nothing to spend on the car whatsoever. Benefits from a full service history. I'll just show you just verify the mileage there, 54,632 miles. Now I'll just show you how the gas system works. This is the LPG switch. That's it switched to petrol. That's it switched to gas. Now when it's flashing, it's going to start up in petrol mode, and when it stops flashing, it's running on gas. So I'll just start the car now. Literally 2 to 3 seconds, it stops flashing and it's running on LPG gas. Both levels are measured on the one fuel gauge. So because we've switched to LPG, it will register the level in the LPG tank. If we switch back to petrol, then it takes about 5-10 minutes that needed to drop to show how much petrol is in the petrol tank. There's about a quarter of a tank, but you always need to keep some petrol in the petrol tank in order for it to start up and then switch over to LPG gas. With the normal lighting controls here, that's to dim and dip the dashboard intensity, rear fog light, and also to alter the angle of the headlamp beam as well at the front. It also benefits from internal alarm systems, so there's some small sensors next to the courtesy lights, and they're lovely to drive, great for families. Adjustable seat belts and the seat pillar for the rear passengers, and also the front passengers as well. So just looking under the bonnet, so it's the 1.6 16 valve Ecotec engine. That's the vaporizer that's fitted by Vauxhall and Millbrook. That's the gas system. There's a little certificate explaining that the gas has been fitted by Vauxhall themselves. And whenever I look at a vehicle we purchase, I always look for any signs of accident damage. And when I see some nice rusting of some screws and bolts at the front, it reassures me that it's not had a new front. And also the number plates match. Both got Hitachi capital.co.uk written on the front and rear number plates, so it's a very genuine car. It's HPI clear, so it's not been involved in any accidents, and it really is an excellent buy for somebody who wants an LPG people carrier. So just looking around at the rest of the car, there's the odd tiny stone chips at the leading edge of the bonnet, which you'd expect from a car that's of this age. That's where are we now? 5 years old. Very recent tyres on the front, so plenty of tread left there. Some slight scuffing to one of the plastic wheel trims. Other than that, the odd tiny mark, but we've not yet polished this properly. There's some bird staining there from a bird stain. Really is in very good condition. There's no dents really down the side, as you can see. Also the rear of the car is mark free. Often we get some scuffing on the rear of the bumper, but this is very clean. And again down that side, as you can see, there's no dents to speak of at all. It really is in very good condition, just the odd tiny mark, so like I say, you'd expect. So the front tyres, lots of tread left on those, as are the rear tyres. Just show you the other one. Again, lots of tread left on those. So if you have any more questions about this or any of our LPG cars, feel free to contact us. We won't have this for long because they are getting harder and harder to find, and at 5495 this does represent very good value for money. The road tax is £150 a year, but we can discuss that. We could include that with the purchase price. It will be serviced, 12 months fresh MOT, and above all, congestion charge exempt, so save £8 a day if you have to drive in and out of London. So I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.